Hello, it's Sarah Jane from Cards and a Cuppa, and I'm here with a quick tutorial to share with you this little pocket card that I made using the Floral Boutique suite. I've made two versions, one with the dies and one without. So this is the die one, and you see I put a little scalloped edge on there, which is part of the die set. But if you don't have the dies, you've just got the stamps and the papers, this one works lovely too. So it's really simple to do. It's just really sharing the measurements with you today. So I'll get on and do that. So you need a piece of designer series paper. This would also work lovely for Christmas cards, and this size is the standard to fit in it should fit in a C6 envelope, the standard size envelopes that we sell. So you cut down the paper at 10.5 centimeters. Now you've got to remember, if your back is directional, which this one isn't, but if it is, to make sure that you cut down rather than across the paper. So for example, let me show you this one. This one would work better if you cut down the paper rather than across the paper. So just to keep that in mind so you don't make a mistake. And then you simply score at 15 centimeters and 26.5 centimeters. Now I have the dies, so I'm going to cut a lovely scalloped edge on that, and I just used this edge here that comes in the set, and as I'm going to do that, I'm going to use that to die cut out on the bottom of my white card too. So I'll go and do that. Okay, so you can see where I've cut the end of this paper off. It just gives a pretty little edge to it, and then all I did was fold it to make a pocket. To seal this up, I've used some of the matching washi tape, and simply just measure up a length and then trim the end so it's nice and straight, and then just place it down the side and fold it over. Just to make a little feature, I've used some of this new thin baker's twine, which now comes in a roll, which is fabulous because you don't end up with the little kinks in it. And then I've got the 1/8 of an inch circle punch, and I just made a little hole in the centre of that little flap, top to bottom, but to the right, and then just wrap it round. Now, normally I tie my bows whilst the ribbon is on the roll, but for this I just tied a little knot and then trimmed off the excess, because I wanted to feed these ends through that little hole to keep it from sliding down, keep it all in place so that it, you know, looks lovely. And then I tied another knot before I tied a bow. And then trimmed off the excess twine. And there's a little pocket. So you can, if you want to, pop a little glue dot under that to hold it down. Now for the card inside, I've got these a navy and a whisper white piece of card. Now the navy card is 10 centimeters wide by 14.8 high, which is basically half, a quarter of an A4 sheet, and then this white card is 14.3 centimeters by 9.5 centimeters, and I've just used the smaller Floral Framelits die to die cut the bottom area, but just for a bit of interest, because this is a bit you'll see, it's a good idea to stamp across the top. I found using the Stampin' jig really helped with that, to get it nice and straight, because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. And then that one's just got the nice stamping on it. Love that watercolour effect of the stamp. So just quickly, to use the Stampin' jig, you just take the imaging sheet and pop the handle around the outside, and then ink up your stamp in ink colour. If you're using a pale colour, I would recommend doing this section in a darker ink so that you can see it easily on the sheet. So even if you have to just do it in like a navy or something and then re-stamp it in the colour you want, it just makes it much easier. And then line up where you want your stamped image over your card, pop your handle back where it was, lift up, and then remember to lock your block into the corner of the Stampin' jig, and then slide down and lift up, and there's your perfect image. So I'm just going to stick that onto the navy card layer and we'll be done. So that's how you make two versions of our pocket card using the Floral Thinlits suite from Stampin' Up. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial and that you have a little go with it. And don't forget to share your makes with me, and if you can, I'd love a thumbs up on this video. And thanks for watching today.